Hawks, Carly Morgan here to start off the show. Today is Tuesday, January 10th, and it is a B Day. Today's students of the day are Kiara Curaldi by Selecta. She is very hardworking and responsible in everything she needs to do. Hazlitt Leanne by Perry. Leanne is a hard worker and is always willing to help others. She has a positive attitude about learning. Rock Swan by Nevins. Rox is a hard worker, stays on task, and has great participation. Stay tuned to hear about more weather, sports, and more. I'll now send it over to Charlie with your news for today.
Hello Hawks, this is freshman Charlie Warner of today's news. To begin, starting today with a new hall pass system in place. Here's a CPP TV produced video to show just what the new system will be.
Starting January 10th, all students will be using a lanyard pass system in the hallways. In each classroom, teachers and staff will have a blue lanyard for the restroom and one gold lanyard for the offices and other destinations. It's the same system as the paper passes we've been using this year. Now, you'll just take a lanyard instead of a paper pass each time. Here's how it's going to work. When you need to use a bathroom or go to another destination from a classroom, you'll first get teacher permission. Then, go to the sign-out clipboard in your classroom and fill out your name, destination, date, and time. Take the blue lanyard if you're going to the bathroom, and the orange one if you're going somewhere else. Lanyards can be worn or carried, but should be easily visible when in the hallway. This helps the hall monitors and staff to easily see who has permission to be in the hallway. When you are back in class, make sure to put the lanyard back and write the time you got back on the sign-out sheet. Leave things ready for the next student. This new pass system allows for a quick grab-and-go use for the lanyard, while also providing an easy way for hall monitors to see who has a pass. We want the school to be a warm and welcoming place, and the sign-out sheet helps us to know where and when students are headed to certain locations and ensures their safety. If you have any questions, please talk with your teachers, our deans of students, or an assistant principal.
Special thanks to the video team of 9th period in producing this informational video. Now on to today's review classes. Global History in E129 with Ms. Hofnagel, Earth Science in D206 with Mr. Ring, Algebra 2 in E123 with Ms. Selecta, French B in A206 with Madame Dudek, and Spanish B in A210 with Senora Simmons. All classes begin at 3:15 and last an hour. Check out our Instagram to review the details. This afternoon there will be 2 club meetings. BCAC will meet in B216, and Sister Cities will meet in D125. Are you a serious Swift fan? Are you still listening to our newest album on repeat? This sounds like you. You need to check out CPP TV's newest podcast, The Swift Saga, where Charlotte and Sarah review Taylor's latest and her greatest. You can find this podcast and more on CPP TV's YouTube channel under the podcast playlist. Lastly, there are a lot of ways to get involved with the high school, and if you're looking for more ways to help our school and local community, Lydia Pearl and Maya Moore sat down to discuss some ideas for you.
Hey everyone, I'm here today with Lydia Pearl, who's a senior here at Corning High School. I'm going to be asking her some questions about volunteering around our community. Here's the first question. Why do you think it's so important that young people around the world volunteer for their communities?
Well, I think it's especially important to just give back, and the biggest thing is that there's a lot of things like volunteer firefighters that are really needed in our communities that we aren't necessarily getting enough of, especially in our area.
The next question is, what specific opportunities are there for students to volunteer and where they can find more information about it?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities pretty much everywhere. You can volunteer in hospitals, food banks. There's also like non-essential volunteers in like libraries. And you can find more information. I know that a flyer was sent out with like a Last Student Weekly. There's a QR code on that, but you would have to scan with your personal email, or there was also an additional link emailed out with that if you couldn't access that, which is to a slideshow that I made as kind of a resource to find local volunteers, but it's in no way comprehensive, and you can also just do your own research.
Is there anything else you want students to know about volunteering around the community?
I just wanted to stress how important it is and how needed it is, like hospital volunteers and food bank volunteers especially, because donations are great, but they don't necessarily without volunteers, they can't be put to good use.
Well, that's all we have today, and this is Lydia Pearl, who's a senior at our high school with volunteering around the community.
Thanks again, Hawks. Now over to Andy with today's weather.
Hey Hawks, it's senior Angie May here with the weather report. Today there will be a high of 38 degrees and a low of 26 degrees, and it will be cloudy. Tomorrow there will be a high of 43 degrees and a low of 32 degrees, and it will be partly cloudy. Now let's head to Maria with the sports.
Hey Hawks, it's freshman Maria Kusinkova here with your sports report. Tonight at home, our boys swimming and diving go up against Elmira at 5:30, and our girls and boys wrestling go up against Horseheads at 6:30. Our boys JV and varsity basketball team heads to Elmira to face off at 7:15. Last night, our bowling teams, boys and girls, faced off against Vestal and took home the win. Our girls varsity basketball team played against Vestal last night and took home another win, 49-45. Great job, Hawks, and good luck tonight. Now on to Liv to wrap up the show.
Hello Hawks, it's Junior Liv Zacco here to wrap up the show. Thanks for tuning in to CPP TV, your daily source of news around the nest. If you missed anything from today's show or any previous shows, you can check them out on our YouTube channel at CPP TV. To get updates on the show, follow our Instagram at cpp.tv. Thanks for watching and keep flying, Hawks.